Hello everyone, this is Shagg, and welcome back to New Game Plus Shagg, Excitebike World Rally. We'll be exploring the track editor a bit this time. It looks a bit barren at first, but it does resemble the NES track editor pretty closely. Pieces are sorted by letter, or in some cases, punctuation, and those are the two new morph things at the end. As far as I can tell, you can't change the actual setting of the track, such as you can't put it in Canada or Mexico, though I could be totally wrong. You move back and forth with the D-pad, you select with the other parts of the D-pad, like up and down, and you place with 2. It's pretty simple. However, there is like a certain track length that they sort of expect you to finish. I don't think you can actually add the finish part in, which leads to a long barren stretch in the final version of this test track. You'll notice that the morph thing doesn't pop up at all unless you collect that token. This is when I finally figured out what was going on. Well, at least probably. And I had to scroll all the way back to the beginning and delete it. And here we have serious track making eventually. I'm not quite sure what the point of putting plain straights is when the entire course is by default a plain straight. But who am I to judge? I guess we'll put our ramp, and we'll put some dirt to ramp over, followed by staring at the screen for a while, deleting nothing. Believe me, stage design, watching it in progress is not that exciting actually. But I did want to give a good idea of how the track editor works. So we'll add some hills. There are a bunch of crazy hill formations that were in the original game, but they are still quite crazy. If you're making a track, you probably need to remember to add cooldown strips so that people don't explode, because that would be bad. I think I remembered to add a few at least. This is by no means a masterpiece of level editing, or a level editor for that matter, but, well, it is classic Excitebike, and they remade the classic level editor. So let's see how much longer I can try to talk about it. They could have at least added a little bit of music here. That would have made it a little better. Adding some hills, adding some crazy stuff, adding some dirt, putting some bikes on the dirt. Here you will see that if you try to insert something between two already inserted things, it will adjust the space accordingly. What a marvel of technology. I believe in the older version, as in the NES game, it would just simply overwrite pieces if you did that. So I guess we're putting some dirt. Yep. It may not seem like I'm too thrilled with the stage editor, but I have no doubts that I'll play around with it at least some more times. Because I am a big fan of any editors in any game. Character editors, stage editors, anything like that, I'll be all over it. This is not a good example of being all over something, as it is merely for demonstrative purposes. As is most of this commentary, which is probably not that exciting either. Don't worry, there's more to come. I think around here is when I decide that I'm done with the level editing. Pretty soon. Come on, past Shagg. Hurry it up. As I said, I have no idea how to add a finish, if that's possible. And so, we have a testing run. You can test from anywhere in the track, which just basically allows you to run solo through it. And once you actually make the track, you are allowed to race against computer players, or conceivably your friends, I suppose. Now, I have no idea what's going on there. It's basically a list in secret lettered code of all the tiles that you placed. And now that that's over, we can actually play it. Da-da-da-da-da-do! Go! For some reason, I decided that this would be a good time to demo the exciting blue color of Excitebike. It's exciting. And bike. You might have noticed from the test run that the track that I made actually turns out to be pretty short. You'll notice that even more from this. From what I can tell, the track length, the length of a lap that you create, is about a minute. But the length of whatever I made is about 15 seconds. So we have this long stretch of nothing. I suppose this is important to note if you start making Excitebike World Rally tracks. Otherwise you'll have a long stretch of nothing, and nobody wants that, because that was basically what my commentary was a second ago. Go, go, Blue Excite Rider! Actually, it looks like that lap took about 40 seconds. But then again, there was no obstacles to counteract the movement of the Excitebike man. I believe you could also set the number of laps in the original, but again, I don't know how to do that in this one yet. I did not look very in-depthly into the stage editor. Could have missed some. Whee! And that, my friends, is the stage editor of Excitebike World Rally. Not the most exciting thing in the world, but it retains the classic Excitebike feel and probably provides some good opportunities. This was a wasted opportunity, but there might be better stages for me in the future. This has been Shagg. Good luck!